I've got Adele White, the Chair, who will be speaking to us today, but we've also got John Spiller, the Deputy Chair. We've got Bo Burns, Bruce Kendall, Mike Turinsky, and David Collins. I think I've got everyone right. Excellent, thank you. Okay, so local board has 10 minutes to present to us and then questions. So, Chair White.
Tēnā
Had 5
koutou
minutes
katoa.
whispered to me.
She saved me a few minutes there. My name is Adele White, and this morning I'm representing the views of the Howick Local Board regarding the sale of the Pocket Park in 40-foot Lane, Sunny Hills, Pakuranga. As the result of the emergency budget in 2020, our board was asked to consider asset recycling and provided with a list of proposed properties. We visited all sites in question. In our business meeting of Monday the 17th of August 2020, we voted on a recommendation to dispose of 5 properties of pretty substantial value and unanimously voted on a recommendation to retain 4 sites, all being reserves at 76R Aberfeldy Avenue, 111R Golflands Drive, 31 Aspiring Avenue, and 9R 40-foot Lane, which I'm addressing today in the hope that this sale can be presented. Slide 2, please. This is a public park and it's important to our community, for our children. Building rules are permitting residential developments with apartments that fully occupy the section, leaving no yard. Children should be able to run, play and enjoy the outdoors in a safe environment that a family can walk to. With or without play spaces, parks are a destination for parents with toddlers for socialisation and play. Our local parks play a part in our physical health, being a natural destination for walkers as a part of daily fitness regime and for the elderly, often for rehabilitation. This park is an off-leash area for dogs also. Parks provide community connection. This park is a gathering place for local residents, be it a chat with a passerby, a street barbecue, or a neighbourhood sports game with the kids on a summer evening. It's commonly used for children's birthday parties and other group gatherings such as the street Christmas party. Parks like this are valued for the significant amenity and recreational opportunities they add to the neighbourhood. 9R 40-foot Lane is no exception. The chance to see and hear bird life in backyards and nearby reserves is extremely important to many people, as is engaging with nature through trees and wildlife. These important green spaces help people maintain an equilibrium in their lives. Selling local reserves is inconsistent with the Council's goals of achieving greater urban canopy cover. Parks are important for our mental health. In these stressful times, mental health is important. Our parks provide a peaceful, neutral place to go and take time out, with open space, green grass, and trees providing a calming environment. Outcome 2 of the Howick Local Board Plan states our aim to provide well-planned public spaces that support active, healthy and sustainable lifestyles. And it's also fitting to the Board's aim to provide a healthy Howick in ensuring that the hauora of our community. Slide 3, please. The land belongs to our community. When Pakuranga was subdivided and built on, much of this in the 60s, developers, and I think it was Fletcher's in this case, contributed these pieces of land to council, ensuring that the people in these neighbourhoods would have an attractive and accessible environment which would contribute to their health and well-being. The presence of this park continues to be appealing to those purchasing homes in this location, but more importantly is a well-utilised and loved toanga of 40-foot Lane. On behalf of the Howick Local Board, I thank you for the opportunity to present this feedback, which we believe is in the interest of all residents in the Howick Ward, and particularly of those in Sunny Hills, Pakuranga. Ngā mihi kia koutou.
Kia ora. Thank you, Chair. So moving on to questions now, and I have one so far from Councillor Coombe.
Kia ora, Chair. Tēnā koe, thank you for coming along and presenting today, and ngā mihi to all of your board members. My question is very quick. The annual budget includes 20 million for open space. Can you remind me what the local board's position was on the annual budget?
What element of the annual budget?
Annual budget, when you gave your feedback on the annual budget, can you remind me what your local board input was in terms of your position on the budget?
I'm not quite sure what part of it you mean.
Did you support the annual budget?
Yeah, in essence we did, yes.
Great, thank you.
Councillor Watson.
Thanks, Mr. Chair. Thank you for your presentation, Adele. I'm just curious to know if the Howick Local Board are aware of the set of principles that are supposed to guide the sale of assets such as this. And I think in particularly the first principle, in fact, which says effective governance and decision-making, the governing body, Finance and Performance Committee, after considering the views and preferences of local boards, approves any property for disposal. So I just want to be very clear, Adele, that in terms of the views of your local board and your preferences, you have been very consistent with respect of this property.
Absolutely, totally, yeah. It is our board's desire to maintain all green open spaces in our area, and we do not believe in the sale of reserves.
Sorry, Chairman, can I just add to comment? In regards to Councillor Coombs' question. Oh, sorry. We actually did support the annual budget, but with the proviso that we didn't want any reserves to be sold to meet that budget. So just want to add that, just to support the Chair.
No, that's good work. Yep.
So moving on to Deputy Mayor Cashmore online.
Thanks very much, and apologies for not being there in presence. We might have COVID in our house. Adele, nice to see you, and the local board members also. My question is covering off the fact around equity and the fact that your local board has a position of not selling down green space where virtually every other area in the city has done a degree of sales. Do you perceive that your position is one of equity compared to the rest of the city?
Yeah, I'm happy that it is, because we did give you 5 other fairly substantial properties, and the green open spaces were really significant to us. There were only 4 of them, and we've managed to retain 1 so far.
Thanks for your reply.
Cool. Thank you, Deputy Mayor. And Councillor Newman online.
Yes, good morning, Adele. My question to you is the timing of the board's acquiescence with the discussion when it came to, bring us the land that we can sell, we need to sell. Would you think that there might be a different position today had you known the scale of the impact of the intensification that is being mandated, by virtue of the plan change required, having seen the Parliament's changes to the Resource Management Act and the NPSUD? Is there a need for us to really rethink this whole approach at divestment of open space in lieu of those changes?
No, it's still our position to retain all green open spaces and reserves in our area.
Thank you, Adele.
Thank
I think
you,
they're
Councillor.
even more important now with the type of intensification that is being introduced.
Councillor Walker.
Has your local board worked through a climate change adaptation plan for its area yet? The first one was Whangaproa. Has yours done that?
No, we haven't.
Okay, and in a case where that plan would identify, as it has done for Whangaproa, the loss of esplanade and reserves because of sea level rise, has there been any work done on that in any timescale or the like?
No, there hasn't. There's been work on coastal erosion and some of the downfalls of the weather and whatever the things that have occurred along the way that have taken sand from our beaches, ruined the coast in the way of the rock interfaces and things like that. But there's been no work in the area that you mentioned.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, I have no more speakers. Excellent. Thank you so much for coming in, Chair White.
Thank you,
Very
Chair.
good. Okay, we have a motion on screen, councillors, to receive, and I'll go back to ask Councillor Young to move it. Councillor Stewart to second. Kapai? Awesome. Okay, all those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks, local board. Yep. So there's no extraordinary business. We obviously do have one notice of motion. Thank you, councillors Young and Stewart. So moving